Hey guys,
What was it?
bench secrets.
Yes.
That was horrible.
That was the worst one yet.
That was
love
bad.
it. So, bench secrets. We'll continue this series on of tips, I think, along the way that have definitely been game changers for us. Probably one of the biggest ones for chest for me was this. For so many years, I even taught this as a trainer, so I feel totally guilty, and I apologize to any of my old clients for teaching this, is I used to tell clients that you want your back flat on the bench when you bench press because we wanted neutral spine all the time. And in reality, when we go to use our chest, especially in like a barbell chest press, we really need to take our shoulders and get them in that retracted position so that chest is getting fully engaged when we press. And if I actually flatten my back, that actually promotes my shoulders to roll forward. And now my deltoids and my tricep take over the press.
You also lose shoulder mobility by doing that.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm at higher risk because of that. My shoulders take over, my triceps take over. So getting yourself in this position. So when Doug shoots me from the side, you're gonna see I'm gonna have this excessive arch in my low back that most people will go like, oh my God, that's so dangerous. No, it's not. No stress is going on the low back in that position. All the stress is up in my chest. So getting in that position, I'm gonna lay all the way back. Most all benches have some sort of bars just like this where they're set up. I actually will use these to help get myself in that retracted position. So now my shoulders are squeezed and depressed down. Notice I have this arch in my low back, and that's because my shoulders are peeled back so much right here that it's creating this natural arch.
But your glutes are not leaving the bench.
Exactly.
So
I'm not doing this, right,
point.
which you've seen, this excessive, but my butt's on there, my feet are planted, my shoulder blades are peeled back, and then I get my bar up off the bench. Keeping those shoulder blades peeled back and depressed down, I come all the way down to my chest, and then I press right back
Which
up.
immediately you'll feel a lot more support in this lift just by doing that.
Absolutely. I mean, you're gonna get a ton more power. You won't hear your shoulders popping and hear the stress or have any of that pain that people tend to get in their shoulders when they barbell press by keeping that in that retracted position. So that was probably one of the biggest tips for me. I'll have to get under there for one.
That's okay. Well, so for me, one of the game changers I learned was from a power lifter, and he kept telling me when I was benching to get more leg drive. Now, this sounded crazy to me. Like, your legs are not involved in a bench press, or are they, right? Besides stabilizing the body, why is it so important to drive with the legs? Because the central nervous system fires better when it's taught to be used optimally, to fire the whole thing as a unit. And so if I'm doing a bench press and my legs are relaxed, I'm basically turning off half of my CNS, if you will. My legs are too relaxed. What you want to do is you want to tighten the legs and drive into the floor. I'm not pushing my hips off the floor. I'm just creating tension in my legs before I do my press and during my press. And you'll find when you stay tight in this position with the legs tight, that you'll be able to generate more power through your bench press.
And you'll really see the exaggerated version of so somebody wants to keep a flat back, in contrast to what Adam said. Somebody wants to, get their feet off the ground and they're gonna put their feet on top of the bench. They just lose 50% of power by doing that. So it's completely in contrast to what a lot of people may have taught previous to this. So those are two very
Well, a lot of
main
people
points.
have low back issues and they think that because of that, they need to put their feet up on the bench or that their low back should be flat because, I've had back surgery before, I have back pain. If you do this correctly, even having that excessive arch in the low back, if you were supported with your butt on the bench, your shoulder blades on the bench, your low back is completely safe and is not at risk by doing that. So I think that's probably the most common thing I would hear people is like, I need to be flat.
Now, what about grip on the bench? You see people with a thumbless grip on the bench press, which I've seen lots of clients have wrist issues as a result of that broken thumbless grip that you see.
Absolutely. So you get that broken wrist, just like you're doing an overhead press. You want to be conscious of getting a nice firm grip where we're wrapping our thumb around and we're getting that proper recruitment pattern to really amplify that response from your central nervous system. So it will play into your favor if you do grip the bar tightly and you use that to stimulate and recruit more power going up.